Remember, knowledge, it ain't free. You gotta pay attention.
It's The Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. As The Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Louis Sire to win the Lecomte Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Pass the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Hey, Sure Bet Coffee. Put that giddy up in your cup. That giddy up in your cup. Sure Bet Coffee.
Enter the world of Kingdom Nutrition, your #1 source for healthy horses and fast finishes. Make sure your horses stay strong and healthy with the balanced mineral profile of Healthy Bones. This veterinarian recommended supplement helps foals, weanlings, and yearlings grow and develop. Healthy Bones also helps speed up recovery so your horses can stay in training longer and race more often. Plus, Appetite, the amazing product for your horses. Is your horse a poor eater? Does he dunk his grain in his water bucket? Do you believe he may have ulcers? Are you tired of paying for expensive drugs which offer only temporary relief? Why not try Appetite, the amazing product which is 100% all natural, produced by nature. Appetite contains more than 300 herbs, grasses, and wildflowers to help your horses look and feel amazing. Your cost for a 1-month supply is only $99. It comes with an unconditional money-back guarantee if you're not 100% satisfied with the results. Call Justin at Kingdom Nutrition today.
Tracking trips at Pass the Wire, no matter what your level of play is. You know, people play the horses for all types of reasons. The action, the excitement, the thrill, the challenge. Some, believe it or not, even play expecting to lose. Me, I don't have that problem. I play to win and take down scores and have been doing it successfully for a long time. This is the life I've chosen. Don't go into battle alone. I do that. And you can have me and Tracking Trips as your second set of eyes. You can be a better bettor. Let's win this fight. Patience, discipline, like a cobra, ready to strike at the right time. When we win, we celebrate, and we celebrate hard because the rewards make all of it worth it. Nobody does it better. Tracking Trips at Pass the Wire. Be a member, unless of course you hate money.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are another week. We're going to have a Derby prep. We're going to go to the fairgrounds. There's a lot of actually good racing going on around everywhere. Santa Anita's got some really nice races. So there's a couple of places that has some couple of good races. So we're going to be doing fairgrounds pick 5. Last week we did not do so well. It was kind of terrible. So I don't even want to talk about it. That's how bad it was. Had only like 2 winners out of 5, and then the rest were not even close. So we're going to try to do better. Got refocused. The weather was all terrible last week. I hope everyone is safe. And if you're in California, I hope you're all safe from those fires. So we're going to, before we head into the fairgrounds, I do want to thank Race Lens for all the tools that they get that we use on this show. And then, like I said before, if you have hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell there. You get all the alerts of all our shows, and you'll never miss one of the episodes, especially with the Kentucky Derby coming up. You want to stay informed as much as possible. I hope everyone's starting to get their virtual stable ready for all those Derby horses that we should be keeping track of. And so there's a couple of them that I have in my virtual stable at the fairgrounds. So let's go and do that and check it all out. So, but before we do that race for the prep for the Derby, what we'll do is we're going to go in and we're going to do race number 8. Okay. At the fairgrounds, this one's going to be on turf, mile 16th. This is for much older horses. And this is interesting race. We're talking about this should be a good paying race, good betting race. So we can see what we could get there. So now the one horse, last time out, they changed tactics, or at least the horse did. Come from behind on a 5.5 furlongs. That was kind of different for this horse, but he flew at the end, did an excellent job. It was probably a prep, most likely probably for this race. This horse looks really good when it goes distance of ground, mile 16th mile on the turf. Look at that, wire to wire most of the time. This is definitely one of your speed horses. And probably, if not the speed, it's going to definitely be a pressure horse in this race. So does the one have a shot? Yeah, it has a shot, but for me, I'm going to go say it's more on the bottom side of any exotic at best. But I personally am going to stay away from this horse. That's just me. And then the race lens angles for this horse is negative angle, let's say a layoff up to 5 or more points in class. The layoff, it's not that big of a deal. November to right now is not a big deal. So I'm sure this trainer's got this horse ready to rock and roll. I'm not too worried about that aspect of it. But for me, like I said, I am going to take a pass. The 2 in this race. A horse that last time out did good. Once again, another one that flew at the end. They're changing trainers, Phil D'Amato and California. And of course, he had they put it at the fairgrounds last time out with this trainer. This horse won by a nose in a lower class. This horse is stepping up today a little bit to meet some of these guys. Every time this horse was in lower stakes, has done okay. Look at third and third. Not too bad in California on turf. Horse does have some talent, but this is another one that I think at best would be the bottom side of the exotics because the horse does fly at the end. Projected ratings, late pace is 113 compared to as early as 76. I'm going to take a pass on this horse. It's not for me on today, but definitely the horse does have some talent. Probably will be flying late and maybe might pick up third at best, in my opinion. The 3 here. Now, here's an interesting horse. The horse 2 back ran in a grade 3, barely lost by a length and 3/4 with Luis Saez aboard. Then it went to Ortiz and a 100,000 K stakes, which is what we have today. And did good. It should have won. It was at close to almost 2-1 almost. The horse has got tons of talent here. Looks like he likes the fairgrounds. It's going to be flying. Should be sitting very close to the pace, though. It's not a come from the clouds, come from behind her, even though I'm sure that's what Race Lens is going to say here. Yeah, 1 less than the length. Older than 5-year-old bounced today. Will it be bounced today? Basically, what they're saying is these older horses, 7 years old, when they win, they usually bounce back. And you'll probably see that more than not. But Mike Maker is the trainer. Joe Rosario, third race after a long layoff, after a layoff there. So I always think this is the one. And plus, it's a good distance for this horse. The horse did well last time, like I said, just barely getting beat. So I think this is definitely a horse that's in the play. The horse stays really close to the pace. Look at this, 96, 95, then a 111. So this horse is going to be very close, not coming from the clouds, let's put it that way. This horse will probably sit about 4th, maybe 5th, but within 3 lengths, I think, from the lead and make one big run. That's how I see it. Is this a major player? I do believe so. I think it's definitely a major player for the win column and possibly for the exacta itself. There's a couple other horses that are pretty good in here. But I think this is one of the major players in this race. So look out for the number 3. The 4 here, another horse that does close, but this one will close from a little bit further behind. This one does like to come from the clouds a little bit more. Negative is class form layoff. It's the same thing. Running style is too far behind. They think it's too far behind. Plus, it's 5 years old. Mare. This is another one that could bounce, but it's another one Joe Sharp is training. He knows how to get him ready. He knows how to get him right there. Dettori has ridden this horse before. Look at this. Finished third 2 races back. Only 2.25 back behind the winner. Not a bad race. That was at Kentucky Downs. Remember, if you're within 3 lengths of the winner, the next time out you don't usually do that well. The horse did do pretty good. Finished third 3/4, but still didn't win. My theory is they don't win the next time out if they're within 3 lengths of the winner. Joe Sharp, once again, and Dettori, I think this is going to be a good combo. Jockey, with this jockey, they get 25%. They're at plus 21% ROI. So you got to love that. I think this horse is a player. Is it a major player for the win? Maybe, but I definitely think it's a major player for the exacta second, third, or fourth. But it could be a player for the win column. So always take a look, especially at those odds, 12-1. Gotta love that. But like I said, this one will be coming late. And will it be too late or get too stuck behind horses? There's the main question. Can Dettori keep this horse out of trouble? And we'll see. But I definitely think this horse is a major player. So look out for the 4. The 5. This horse is more of a close to the pace, come from behind a little bit, but I think this is more of a pace or come from behind her. The last 2 times has done well. One of them was on a muddy track, did well. Finished third behind the let me see, the 3 horse in here. This horse has got some talent. Jonathan Wong, a trainer that a lot of people don't see his name too often. He is an excellent trainer. He used to train a lot in California and Northern California too, but now he's brought his barn out to the east a little bit. So, but for me, I think this horse has got the little talent, but I just think this horse has got her going over her head just a little bit. Third race after a layoff, looking for improvement. That's the angle. Yeah, definitely I'll be looking for improvement. That is a great angle there. The horse has been knocking on the door. But once again, I do think a little bit over her head. And for me, I'm going to take a pass. That's what I'm going to do on the 5. The 6, Florent is riding this horse. He's rode this horse a couple of times. He took it to the winner's circle, rides it very well. This horse is definitely one of those, do you leave out or not? I mean, that's a big question. I think this horse is definitely in the play for exotics. This horse runs pretty even throughout the whole race, 96, 95, 95. So I just think she's just got one speed. I don't think she has a quick step anywhere. She will sit very close. She's a pressure type horse. I don't know. She might even try to go for lead, but I mean, she would have to have the lead by herself to do some damage. So for me, I'm going to say exotics at best. So that's where I would put her. The 7. Here's a horse that's hot and cold type of horse, but when it was cold, the horse was running in grade 1s, 2s, and 3s. Just can't quite get there. So this level might be a perfect level for her. But I would say that this horse has got some talent. Second time Lasix, which I do love that angle, by the way. Second time Lasix is very good. Brendan Walsh is definitely an excellent trainer, knows how to get them there. For me, it would be more on the bottom side of exotics. But I'm going to take a pass personally on this horse. But if you like this horse, I wouldn't get too excited on it on the front, on the top end of it where it goes for win and place, but for trifectas and supers, maybe so. Might be bring a little price, 10-1, might do a little good. And the horse won last race as a favorite, which is a great success. That's a great success line at even money. So, yeah, definitely it's got a little bit of a chance, but I'm personally taking a pass on the horse. Here's a horse that we don't have much lines on. It's all in Brazil, but this horse has run very good in Brazil. Grade 2, grade 1, 1, going a mile, and it looks like a quarter on each time. Yeah, decent times. You got Kenny McPeak. I mean, how do you say that he ain't going to get this horse there? Hernandez is going to be riding this horse. You got to love that. McPeak gets 13% ROI and when it comes into stakes. And, you know, I think this horse, he's going to have this horse ready. This might be the perfect spot for this horse to come in and try the U.S. type of horses. The horse won last time as the favorite, less than even money. So, and they put the Lasix on this horse for the first time. So that might be another interesting angle to look at. I think this horse is a player, a major player for the win column, possibly the plays for sure. So this is definitely one of those major players. I would not throw this one out at all. I would make sure I have this in there in my plays. So look out for this horse. I think this is one of the major players in this race, the number 8. The number 9 here. Last time in a small stakes, finished third, did okay, you know, held her own. She did all right. She's 7 years old. She did already win a small stakes. It's very small. No, I'm sorry. It was a starter. I'm sorry. It was a starter, not a stakes. So I just think there's better horses in here. This is a pressure type horse. I think she will sit very close to the pace. Especially if you look at these races, every one of them, she sits within a length and a half, 2 lengths every time and makes a jump. But that was much lower class. Here we are jumping way up in class. She's 7 years old. She hasn't shown anything. She hasn't had that many races overall that, you know, you go back. She does the same style every time. So she has to sit within 2 lengths at most of the leader to have a shot. But I'm taking a seat back, and I'm just not going to play this horse at all. I'm not going to worry about her personally, but you know, if you want to throw in some exotics, that might not be a bad idea. Here's a horse that might be your leader, or especially one of them. Dallas Stewart definitely gets horses ready for big time races. Last time they threw it in the stakes race, finished second, lost by half a length. This is going to be early pace. It's Luis Saez stays aboard. That's another plus. A lot of pluses with this horse. I would put this horse on the bottom side of my exotics because I think there's plenty enough speed to pressure this horse, keep this horse honest. And I think she still could keep hang around to keep a piece of the pie. But I'm just going to say no, but I would definitely put her on my bottom side of my exotics. The 11, another horse that's a pace horse. Imagine that. We got some pace horse, but they're saying this horse is going to come from behind. I think this horse is set very close, especially if this horse breaks well. Look out for this horse to be sitting there pressuring, especially that 10 horse. If that 10 goes and this one breaks very, very well too, I think this one has to go, especially from that post. So I would believe to see this horse a little bit closer to the pace. And they're saying the running styles come from behind. I don't see that with this horse today unless the horse breaks bad. If the horse breaks bad, it's going to try to come from behind. The question is it going to be too late? And I do personally think so. So I'm taking a pass. The 12, last time out, the horse did not show much, but it was on a muddy track, so we'll toss that away. The time before that was on the turf. This horse ran very well on the turf, so I see why they're bringing her back on the turf. This horse is another foreign horse, but, you know, this one needs at least to show me a little bit more if she could handle this type of class. So this is another one that might be very close to the pace. They put the Lasix back on because when she ran with Lasix, she ran very well. The angle is that this horse, jockey's hot in the last 10 days. Let's see. Yeah. Jamie Torres, 26% win. That is pretty hot. Let's put that away. So you got a hot jockey. You got a horse that might be pressure. It might be a pressure type horse from the 12 hole. Must break good. I'm taking a step back on this one. I'm not going to play this horse. So buyer beware type of thing. The 13. Here's another interesting horse. This horse must break well to do any kind of damage. Okay. This horse will sit very close to the pace if she breaks well. What was that? Where is that race at? I can't remember where that. Oh, it's in Argentina, though. They didn't get the fractions or anything on that horse 2 races back. But before that, in Argentina, she ran very well. She goes to the front or she sets the pace. So I think if she breaks well, she's going to be another one that's going to pressure that 10 a little bit. Ignacio is the trainer, excellent trainer. Him with Ortiz, Jose, gets 23% wins. Okay, so look out. This horse is definitely a player. I definitely think this is one of the players for the win column of Exactas. You got to love this horse. I think he'll have this horse ready to go. If this horse breaks well, look out. And the negative point is the layoff is so they had a layoff since October. Ignacio knows how to get those horses, especially mares. He does very well with them. So I think this horse is a play. The 14 horse needs to pick it up. Personally, I think this horse needs to pick it up. Last time it did okay in a grade 3, which is fine. But this horse still, every time it goes into this ranking, the times of the races are okay. You do get Alex. That was the apprentice of the year last year. This horse is going to be sitting close to the pace. Another pace horse. Once again, we got a lot of front pace here in this race. So look out. That's why I do like that 3 a little bit more than the rest, because I think that 3 could sit 5th right off all those 3 or 4 pace pressure type of horses and just give it one big kick and pass them up. That's how I see it. But I think the 14 does have at least a shot at a little bit of something at the end, but I am going to take a pass personally. And then the 15 is also eligible. This horse really needs to pick it up if it gets, especially if she gets in. I'm going to take a pass on her. She needs to really pick up the pace. Oops, I'm sorry about that. We got to get that back up there. There we go. Especially look at the last race she ran in. She ran very even, 5 lengths behind, never kicked it in, never had to turn a foot. The time before that, pretty much the same thing. So you got 2 races back to back, never good turn foot. You got a 7-year-old mare. Is she done? Maybe. Maybe she is done. Giving her all. She ran okay October of last year a little bit. She won 1 race there and optional claiming. But I'm going to take a pass on her. And the 16. She's got to get in to even think about doing any damage, of course. If she does get in, she's going to have the extreme outside, her running style, which has come from behind. She's going to have to put herself in a good position to run well. Will she, if she gets in, I do think she would have some kind of a shot at the smaller pieces, like the super or the tri part of it at the bottom side of it. But I still think there's other horses in here that are better than her. Personally, I am going to take a step back on it. So there you have that race, the 8th race. Very interesting race, very wide open overall. Let's see what Race Lens, how they projecting this race to go. I do have my favorites in the race, but I think it's kind of wide open overall. So here it is, the 8th race. First of all, let's go on there and see how I did my factors. I adjusted my factors in here. There we go. I have speed at 4. I have the class at 5, form at 4, distance, jockey, and the jockey trainer all at 3. And then I have pace, trainer, and track all at 4. And then I have angles at 3 and track condition at 3. Now this is for the turf at Fairgrounds. So let's see what they see here. They are projecting the early pace is the 7, 6, 3, 10. I think the 3 will be a little bit further back. I think the 3 will switch places with the 4 or the 5. I think that's how I see it personally. Now look in the middle of the race. Look where I said the 3 would be. There you got 1st, 2nd, 3rd. That's 4th. The 10 is out there on the outside, 5th. So they're still saying the 7's going to lead it all the way, being pressured by the 6 and the 10, 4 most likely. And they have the 3 at 47% chance of winning, the 6 at 18, the 13 at 9, the 8 at 3, and the 1 at 3. I have it 3, 8, 13, 4. I think the 4 can hang around for some of that piece of the pie. Now let's look at the true odds. Let's see what's going on here. True odds. They're saying the 3 should be even money, and you're gonna, right now morning line is 5-1. I don't know if we're going to get down to even money. I think it's going to be closer to 3-1. I think there's enough horses in here that have speed that people might think might steal it, like the 7 or the 6 even, that are going to be right around the same odds, 3-1 or so. So I think they'll take some of the money. The 3 will be right around 3-1, 2-1. I don't think we're going to get. Hopefully, I don't see even money. But and then the 6, they have it at 4-1 is the true odds, and they have morning line is at 6-1. So the 3 it looks like a very good bet here, but you know, I still think it's kind of wide open overall. I mean, I like the 3. But I think 8, 13, I would not be surprised if one of those jump up and win. And possibly even the 4 hanging around, maybe if everything goes right for the 4, maybe hanging around to get that win, okay? So now what we're going to do is I'm going to jump over to, I think it's race 12. Yeah, the race 12 is that the race for the 3-year-olds. And we're going to go and check that one out. Okay, what's going on here? Come on. There we go. The 12. All right. Mile 16, 3-year-olds. All right, the 1 horse. Tons of speed. Probably your most likely leader of the race. Lucas Torres. Lucas is always one of those scary trainers of late that pops up every now and then with his history of him winning all these big races all the time. And now he just gets a horse now and then that pops in there. And you know what? He's still doing the great job that he always has done in the past. Hot jock in the last 10 days, Torres. So you got team up there with Lucas. Great thing, great combo. The combo enough? Is it enough? The speed, this horse is going to have to get a lead, I think, by itself to do any kind of damage. So I'm personally going to take a step back off of this horse. I'm going to watch this horse today and see what it can do. And I'm going to move on to the 2. The horse is very lightly raised, 2 races. First race didn't show much, but that was on the turf, so we forgive the horse. Probably didn't like the going. Last time out, won by 14. You got to love that. And went wire to wire. Now, no one really challenged this horse. Never got headed. So, the 1 is already going to be one of them who wants to go to the front. So, will this horse try to go to front or be pressure, or at least set second and pressure the 1 maybe? Maybe. It's all maybe. So, personally, I think there's plenty of speed in here. I think there's going to be some damage done on the front end. This horse definitely has some talent, but I'm going to sit back and watch this horse, see what I'm going to do. I'm going to take notes on this horse for the Derby. Horse won last time out as the favorite, so success is the 6.6. So I'm just going to take a step back myself, but definitely a horse to watch for the Derby. Okay, this horse last time out got beat by 16 lengths. That's not a good sign. That wasn't good at all in the gun runner. The broke its maiden by 3, did okay. So does this horse have to step up? You betcha. This horse really need to step up. Brad Cox, Joe Rosario, I know that's great connections. They got their win percentage is 33%. They're a plus 28% ROI. That's all great news. But this horse, in my opinion, really needs to step up. They're saying it's an early pressure type of horse. I think it's a pressure type horse. I'm not going to be putting anything on this horse. I'm not going to be too concerned personally about this horse. This horse is going to have to surprise me because it's got a lot of work to do. And let's see what this horse could do. Four. Interesting horse. By the hot sire, not this time. Steve is the trainer. Jose, the rider. They teamed up last time. They finished second. Did okay. Did well. Ran very good. Ran its eyeballs out a little bit there in the gun runner. The time before that, ran an allowance race, won. That's where it should win, of course. Ran in a grade 3 before that. Got beat up pretty bad. But first time in that type of they probably might have thrown him in too early, maybe. And so I'm going to give this horse another chance. This horse does have early speed, but I think this horse can rate. And I think this horse, by rating, means you need to sit and calm down and not go as fast as you can. So in its early pace warnings, it says 86, 80, and then a 91. So I think since the last time the horse did show a little bit of rating, I think this horse, if this horse rates, I think it's going to be very dangerous. For the win, yeah, probably so. Probably it's going to be very dangerous for that. So watch out for the 4 in this race. So keep an eye out on this horse. This is definitely one of the major players in the race. The 5, another horse that sits pretty close to the pace, does a good little run. But the question is this level too much for him? I don't know. The only time the horse ran in a big race in grade 1, he got bumped and he got steadied, and then they just pulled him up. They didn't want him to get hurt or anything like that, which is smart. And Graham rode him then, and Graham's riding him again. So that tells me Graham is not too scared of this horse. He thinks the horse has got talent. He just knew things happen in that race. But I'm going to say no on myself, but they do put the blinkers on, which is an excellent move. Last time this horse ran was in November the 24th, and he's had plenty of work since then, so they could put the blinkers on. So the blinkers probably will do the job. Keith is the trainer, so if anything, if you want to bet a long shot just to throw a couple of dollars on, this would be my long shot to throw a couple of dollars on, maybe. But don't go too crazy on this. I think it's more on the bottom side. Or if you're playing a super, when you hit the all button, hopefully you're hitting the all button, then you got that horse in there. So, but for me, I'm going to take a pass. The 6. Here's another early horse, early pace, pressure type of horse. Will this horse get the lead? Maybe. I don't know. You got a couple other horses that are going to be gunning it too. This is one of them that might do a good job, but I think it's more of a pressure type of horse. 82, 82, and then 100. Last 2 times from turf. So they're going from turf to dirt, and there's no data from this trainer from doing that. I wish I could see a little data on that, but the horse definitely has some talent. They're reaching a little bit maybe, But this is the time to reach a little bit, especially when the horse is running well. You got a jockey that won with him, so why not take a shot here? That's what I would do if I was this trainer at this point in time. Take a shot, see what you got. But for me, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to sit back and see what they got. I want to see what this horse is all about. Lead 7. Okay, Michael Maker. You got Dutori. Last time out, did all right. Finished 7 lengths behind an allowance. They're moving up in the stakes. This is a pressure type of horse again. Another one that sits very close to the pace. Are they reaching too much? Maybe, maybe not. Once again, Mike Maker, it's hard to question him. Once again, if I was training this horse, I would go for it here. You had a horse that's broke its maiden very big, winning by 17. You threw an allowance. It met winners. It didn't show too much. I mean, it finished 3rd, but got beat up a little bit. But why not try it one more time? Try to see what you got. See if you got a different horse going the right way for a Derby run. But for me today, I'm going to be betting no. I'm going to be watching this horse. The 8. This is an interesting horse. This is another one that's a pressure type horse. Dallas Stewart trains. He's one of those sneaky trainers. Look out, man. He gets them. He gets them ready all the time. He puts them out fit. Luis Saez is aboard. You got 10-1. You got a pressure type of horse. Last one as the favorite. Last time out. Big favorite. Can this horse stretch out to a mile 16th? I don't know. But if I'm going to bet on Dallas Stewart, this is what I would get my odds. He knows how to stretch out horses. He goes to sprint, to route. Even if the last little while he's got 4%, but don't believe those numbers. He's a much better trainer than those numbers show. And I think this horse definitely has a shot. Maybe not for the win. But I'm going to say for the tries and the supers, for sure. I think this horse has a shot at that. And I want you guys to also look at one more time before I leave this horse. I want you to look at who's the owners here. And Dallas Stewart owns a part of this horse. And trainers, when they train horses and they own them, they put them where they can win. They want to win. They want that money. They know you have X amount of time and so many races with a horse. You run them when they're fit. You run them where they can win. Now, he does have a young horse. He's trying to figure this horse out. The horse has got a lot of talent. Does he have the talent for a Derby run? He's going to find out Saturday at the fairgrounds if he has the talent to run for the Roses. If not, he's going to use this horses in different ways. In other stakes, maybe at a mile, maybe 7 furlong races. I don't know, but that's all up to him. But he's going to do an excellent job, and he's going to get him there. So look out for this horse. I think this horse is a player, but maybe on the bottom side on those things. All right, another horse here that is a pressure type. Once again, shock of the world. Dallas Stewart is the trainer. Okay. But this one has been running a distance of ground. Been showing its speed every time and then just caving in at the end every time. So, grade 2, grade 3, and these horses, and he's been dropping back. He's putting a different rider board. Maybe he could get something else out of this horse. Maybe he's going to try to rate this horse. There's plenty of speed in here, so he doesn't need what we would call a rabbit. One horse goes out in front. That's what a rabbit is, to set it up for another horse that comes from behind. You remember, the 8 has speed, which is Dallas Stewart right there. See, he has speed, so he's not come from behind her in theory. But neither is this horse. So you got two kind of speed horses. What are you going to do? You don't want to burn each other out, but he must see something in this horse to put him in this race, because he doesn't have some races there that doesn't say to me that this horse belongs in this race right now. I think you need to build this horse's confidence up, because every time he runs to the front, he caves in at the end. It could be he gave way for a lot of reasons. He's getting tired, he's bleeding, or he's scared of the horse. He just doesn't have that hump. He did put the Lasix on last time, and he did win. Maybe. Might have answered our own question, right? So I'm going to take a pass on this horse. The 10. This horse will come from behind, probably a little bit further behind than they probably want to. McPeak, Colby Hernandez, not Brian Hernandez, is going to be riding this horse. Going to have to do a lot of work to catch up to some of these speedballs out there. Does this horse kick in late enough? And they said the running style is going to be a negative style. I don't think this horse can keep up with him in the early, and I think he's going to have too much to make up at the end. So I'm going to take a pass on the 10. The 11. Interesting horse. Speed. Okay. Went from 7 furlongs to a mile. Both stretched it out. Won by 3.5 each time. The jockey trainer gets 28% win. Brad Cox, we already know he gets him ready out of the hot sire, not this time. This is definitely a Derby run type of horse. This is in my virtual stable. This horse definitely looked fantastic last time out. I put him in my virtual stable last time out. And so he's now trying this a mile in the 16th. I think this is a major player. I think this is one of the top players for the win column with that 4. So look out for this horse. I think Florent aboard and everything like that. I think there's going to be a lot of things going for this horse. Can this horse rate? I don't know. We're going to find out definitely, though, that there's plenty of speed in this race. Will he get the lead by himself? If he gets the lead by himself, basically everyone should just throw their tickets in the trash unless you have it on the 11, because if he gets out by himself, he's just going to cruise home. But I don't see that. I don't. I really think there's plenty of speed in here to keep him honest. But I still think he has that kind of talent to pull away at the end and get his way. So, major player in my opinion, so look out. The 12, in my opinion, really needs to pick it up. If you even look at his times, really needs to pick up the pace big time. They have some of the lowest ratings, 71, 75, 85. Won very small stakes, 75, and then when he went into at least a 300,000 stakes, the Springboard Mile didn't do well, ran pretty much even all the way. For me, I'm taking a step back. I'm saying no. I think there's other horses that are way better in here on paper, and this horse is really going to have to surprise me and show me that it belongs in this type of race. Here's another horse. Very interesting. Horse won wire to wire last time. The time before that, kind of pressure type of run. Going a mile 16th last time. Already proves it could get the distance. Definitely major player. Like the 11, like the 4. This is another one for the win column. I think this is a major player. You got to look out for this horse. It's a pressure type horse. Loveberry rode this horse last time. He's a very good jockey. I don't know what else to say. This horse is going to sit 89, 84, 107 at the end. Keeps on going. This is definitely one of the horses that is on my virtual stable. This is an interesting horse. So look out. I think this horse is one of the major players in this race. The 14, last time, come from behind. Time before that, come from behind. So this horse is a major come from behind. Amos is a great trainer, but I just think they're overreaching here, personally. I really do. I think that this horse is just reaching a little bit too much, and I just don't see how this horse is going to be able to compete against a couple of these other horses. So for me, I'm not going to do much with this horse at all. Matter of fact, I'm not going to even play it. So if it wins, it's going to surprise the heck out of me. And I think there's plenty of other horses, especially 3 horses that I think are definitely got a great shot to win. And there's even a couple other horses that wouldn't quite surprise me too much. So there we have it. And that race, that's how we're going to handicap that. We looked at that race, see what kind of talent we have. Now we're going to go and see how Raceland sees how this race is going to pan out throughout the race. And here we go. First of all, I'll show you my factors first. On dirt, it is a little different than turf. On the dirt, I have speed, a 4. Class and form at a 5. We have distance at a 4. Jockey and jockey trainer at 3. Then we have pace, trainer, and track all at 4. The angles at 3, and then we have track condition at a 4. When this track gets a little muddy, it takes a special horse to run on this track. If it's a sloppy, then you know the speed's going to do very well. Okay? So this is how they see this race early. The 1, 11, 13, 4, and 7, all out there. The first 5 horses in the front, breaking out very well. Probably I see all that happening right there, especially with the 4, the 11. Yeah, they're all going to be right there, and it's going to be very tough. Midway, they see the 1 pulling away. Now, I just don't see that personally. I think it's going to still be super tight between the 1, the 7, the 11, possibly the 4, all right there, all sitting very close. Now, they see the 4 winning at 41%, the 11 at 18, the 8 at 8, 1 at 6, and the 13 at 6. This is how I see it. The 11 winning, the 4 second, 13 third, and the 8 fourth. So I kind of have the same as them, but I got the 11 shifted and the 4 shifted the opposite. Do your own handicap and see what you think there, but that's how I see that race. The 4 should be 7-5. That's the true odds. They have 6-1. I don't think you're going to get. It's not going to go down as low as 7-5, but you might see 3-1 on the 4, and then you got the 11 at 4-1. You probably will still see 4-1. You might see 4-1, possibly 3-1. So look out, watch those odds, see what you see on the true odds. If you do have race lens, keep it tracking while it's live when you're watching the races. During the race, whether in the post parade, you watch, see what's true odds. Everything's going to be adjusted for you. So check it all out. Make sure you use your tools correctly. So we're going to go and see what I can do. Hopefully hit this pick 5. We've got to wake up and shake the dust off of that last one. That was terrible last week, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to go get right back on the horse, as they say. No pun intended. And we are going to see what we can do. This pick 5 starts in the 8th race. And in that 8th race, I do like the 3, 8, 13, and 4. I'm going to do a try with the 3, 8 over the 3, 8. 13-4 with over the 3, 8, 13-4, and threw in the 10 at the bottom side of that to try to make it a little bit juicier. The pick 5 in leg number 1, which is the 8th race, I do like 3, 8, 13-4. That's taking all 4 horses in that race. In leg number 2, the 9th race, I'm taking 5 horses. I'm going 2, 3, 5, 7, 1. And then in that 3rd leg, which is the 10th race, I'm going 3 horses deep. I'm going 7, 11, 1. And then the 11th race, which is the 4th leg of the pick 5, I'm going just 2 horses. Remember, it's either you got to have a single or go to 2 horses because we got to keep this ticket down. So I'm going with the 5, 1 in the 11th race. The 11th race, I'm going 5, 1. And then in the final race, I'm going 11, 4, 13, and 8. I'm taking all 14 horses. You know what? Excuse me. I should not have put the 8 in there. My apologies. Because remember, I'm trying to keep this ticket down under 200. So that's how you keep it under 200 by 3 horses in that last leg. So it's going to be 11, 4, 13. My apologies once again. And that's my pick 5. So the 9th race, I got 2, 3, 5, 7. That's on my order, how I have it. I'm going to do a try 2, 3 with the 2, 3, 5, 7, 1 over the 2, 3, 5, 7, 1. And then the 10th race, I'm going to 7, 11, 1, 9. So if you're going to Vegas, 7, 11 box. And then in the 11th race, I'm doing 5, 1, 8, 6. The exact is 5, 1, 5 over the 1. And then the 12th race, I'm going 11, 4, 13, 8. I'm taking the exact of 11 on just on top of the 4, 13. I'm going for it. I'm doing the try 11, 4 over the 11, 4, 13, 8 over the all button. That's how I'm going to try to get a little price there on the bottom side. There's my picks on that. So hopefully we go out there and do some damage. So don't forget to subscribe once again down below. Hit the little bell. You get all the alerts. And what we're going to do is hopefully we're going to hit that pick 5. And hopefully I see you guys all in the winner circle. Until then, see ya.
Number 1 is Mo Donegal by Uncle Mo. And they're off in the Remsen. As they come on for the finish, and it's going to be tight here in the Remsen. Mo Donegal bearing down on the outside. It's Mo Donegal, an early voting, and it is Mo Donegal to win the Wood Memorial. And it will be Mo Donegal to win the Test of the Champion, the Belmont Stakes.
You're watching Past the Wire TV.
Tracking trips at Past the Wire. There is no better time than now to join and ride with this clan. We'll be your second set of expert trained eyes. We ain't gonna buy you a fish. Sure, we'll give you some, but more importantly, we'll show you how to fish and make you a better. CAWs, sharks in the water, no problem. We'll go against anybody, and we have the track record to prove it. Big days, big pools, and select days all year long. Well, I'll play them all. Looking for an ace? You're in the right place. Want to find that diamond? Be with us. Want to know more? Just ask a member or visit us at pastthewire.com and check out the Tracking Trips page. Nobody does it better.
You're watching Past the Wire TV.
Tracking trips at Past the Wire, your second set of eyes in horse racing.
Solomini,
Be a
a
member.
top 10 first crop sire in 2023, standing at McMahon of Saratoga. 14 first crop winners, including My Shady Lady, winner of the $500,000 New York Stallion Series 5th Avenue Stakes, Grade 2 winner, Winstock, and Stakes winner, Solo Shot. Solomini, the 7th leading freshman sire and the only top 10 freshman sire with a Grade 1 or Grade 2 winner. He sired a $700,000 2-year-old at the OBS April sale. His juveniles sold for nearly 6 figures on average, more than 12 times the stud fee. Solomini, a controversial DQ from being a Grade 1 winner by 2-time Horse of the Year Curlin, standing at McMahon of Saratoga Thoroughbreds.
They breed the best and hope for the best.
Makoma broke well on the outside.
But you don't expect to get speed like this.
It is Makoma, the one to catch. Makoma has a 5-length lead in this Grade 1 corner. Outside, Makoma continues the battle on down at the rail. It is Makoma who's going to win the Met Mile.
Nobody does it better.